Something big happened for XRP on July 9th. Here's why it matters. The U.S. Senate Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee gave the XRP Army its most closely watched stage since the lawsuit between Ripple and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission began. At 10 a.m. ET on Wednesday, July 9th, the panel convened in Dirksen 538 for a hearing titled From Wall Street to Web3, Building Tomorrow's Digital Asset Markets. The session will webcasted live and, crucially for XRP holders, featured Ripple Chief Executive Brad Garlinghouse alongside Blockchain Association Chief Executive and former CFTC Commissioner Summer Mersinger, Chainalysis co-founder Jonathan Levin, and Paradigm General Partner Dan Robinson. Committee staff have indicated that the discussion will focus on whether certain tokens should be treated as digital commodities, a category that would place primary oversight with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission rather than the Securities and Exchange Commission. Why July 9th was critical for XRP, Garlinghouse entered the hearing with the wind at his back. On June 27th, he announced that Ripple would withdraw its cross-appeal in the company's long-running enforcement fight with the SEC, adding on X, "We're closing this chapter once and for all." The SEC is widely expected to drop its own appeal of Judge Annalisa Torres's July 2023 ruling, which held that XRP traded on secondary exchanges does not constitute an unregistered security, although the judge left a $125 million civil penalty in place for earlier institutional sales. The procedural détente has removed an immediate litigation cloud but left the larger statutory question, what is XRP, squarely in Congress's hands. That question sits at the heart of several bills now threading their way through Capitol Hill. The House last year passed the bipartisan Fit to One Act, while the Digital Asset Market Clarity Act of 2025 would expressly define tokens that achieve functional decentralization as commodities. In the Senate, Banking Chairman Tim Scott has set a self-imposed deadline to mark up a comprehensive market structure bill by September 30th. As he put it in a June 27th fireside chat, "I've been very clear that I believe the president's mandate of moving the Genius Act immediately to his desk is in the best interest of the American people, and making sure that there is a timeline for market structure to be completed by September 30th. Wednesday's testimony will feed directly into that legislative drafting effort. Industry witnesses are expected to deliver sharply contrasting perspectives. In a preview on X, Mersinger wrote that the United States urgently needs clear, comprehensive, and carefully designed rules for digital assets, signaling that she will press lawmakers to codify CFTC jurisdiction over spot markets. Paradigm's Robinson is expected to warn against rules that lock in incumbent custodians' concerns he has raised in prior testimony.
Markets will have one eye on the policy debate and the other on XRP's price tape. The token broke above $3.41 overnight after news of Ripple's pursuit of a U.S. bank charter, extending a two-week rally that options desks say is crowded with $4 strike calls. A formal Senate signal that XRP is more commodity than security could strengthen the already very strong odds for a spot ETF. For now, the only certainty is that Wednesday's hearing will generate the most authoritative public record yet on how Congress plans to draw the line between securities and commodities in Web3 and WET. Her XRP ultimately stands on the same side of that line as wheat, gold, and Bitcoin. At press time, XRP traded at $3.65. XRP lawyer John Deaton has filed a securities fraud class action lawsuit against William Sarris, the founder and former CEO of Linkto. This legal action represents thousands of retail investors who claimed they were misled by Linkto's platform, which allegedly facilitated and licensed securities sales. The lawsuit accuses Sarris of orchestrating a scheme to sell shares in private companies like Ripple, Uphold, and Kraken using unregistered special purpose vehicles (SPVs). Lawsuit alleges misleading practices by Linkto. In the class action lawsuit brought against Linkto by XRP lawyer John Deaton, the founder of the company, William Sarris, is accused of hiding markups of up to 60%, using exemptions that were disclosed deceptively, and applying prohibited sales practices. According to reports, these techniques were employed to sell the stocks of various companies like Ripple and Kraken, John Deaton asserts that these were made without adhering to various SEC and FINRA regulations. Moreover, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has already released a statement that distanced the company off Linkto, particularly in the face of federal investigations. The filing also notes that Sarris dismissed legal warnings within the company in 2023 and 2024. These memos supposedly pointed out to him that the securities traded on Linkto were in contravention of securities laws, such as the existence of unregistered investment companies and unregistered broker-dealers. According to Deaton, these actions were taken despite clear legal counsel, leading to significant financial harm for many investors. Linkto bankruptcy and customer prioritization con is also facing bankruptcy in addition to the lawsuit. The company has been court-protected in Houston, and its new management asserts that the old executives have mismanaged the company. They claim that Linkto lied to the customers that they had holdings in 111 privately owned businesses with worth of more than $500 million. This misrepresentation is alleged to have led to the financial woes at the company. XRP lawyer John Deaton has expressed his commitment to ensuring that customers who have invested their savings on Linkto's platform are prioritized in the bankruptcy proceedings. He stressed that the company's customers should be the first in line to recover any funds. Deaton's firm is actively working to protect these customers from further losses. He has made it clear that any recovery from liability insurance or settlement would be used to help compensate the investors who were affected by these practices. Lawsuit continues amid scrutiny. Linkto's bankruptcy follows an investigation by both the Securities and Exchange Commission SEC and the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority FINRA. These regulatory bodies have raised concerns over the platform's non-compliance with securities laws. According to Linkto's new management, the company discovered serious issues with its business model, especially regarding the actual ownership of shares held by its customers. In response to the legal challenges, some Linkto shareholders have vowed to oppose the current bankruptcy plan. Sapien Group, an Australian investment firm, is one shareholder that has won the backing of 50% of Linkto shareholders. This group is consulting with bankruptcy attorneys in an attempt to fight the reorganization scheme that has been proposed by the new management. Thank you for tuning back into the channel. Disclaimer: please note that cryptocurrency prices can be highly volatile, and this information is intended for educational purposes only. It should not be considered financial or investment advice. Always conduct your own research before making investment decisions. The content and materials featured on this page are for educational purposes only. Linqto is committed to providing unbiased and transparent reporting. This video aims to deliver accurate and timely information, but should not be taken as financial or investment advice. Since market conditions can change rapidly, we encourage you to verify information on your own and consult with a professional before making any decisions based on this content. The information provided in this video is for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be, nor should it be construed as, financial advice. We do not make any warranties regarding the completeness, reliability, or accuracy of this information. All investments involve risk, and past performance does not guarantee future results. We recommend consulting a financial advisor before making any investment decisions.